Do you apologize for everything? For spilling a drink? For laughing too loudly? For interrupting someone by accident? For being late? For speaking up? For taking up space? You apologize even when nothing is wrong, even when it is not your fault. You apologize because it has always felt safer to do so, because somehow saying sorry keeps the world calm, keeps others happy, keeps you from being noticed in a way you fear. The more you say it, the smaller you feel, the quieter you become, the less you allow yourself to exist. Somewhere along the way, you learned that conflict is dangerous. Maybe someone told you that you were wrong over and over until you believed it. Maybe you were scolded for speaking your mind, for making a mistake, for being visible. Being seen feels risky. Being heard feels unsafe. Saying sorry is the only way you have ever known to survive. You smooth over tension you never caused. You take on anger that isn't yours. You apologize for the feelings of others while ignoring your own. And the weight of it is invisible to everyone else, because the apology is always outward, never inward. It is a shield, a habit, a quiet plea. Please don't notice me. Please don't be upset with me. Please let me exist. Do you remember the last time you apologized for something small? Spilled a drink, laughed too loudly, interrupted someone without meaning to. You felt the rush of guilt before they even reacted. You apologized before they even had a chance to be upset, because your mind had already prepared the defense, the escape, the preemptive forgiveness. Sometimes the more you apologize, the less noticed you become. You shrink, you fade. You try to make yourself small enough to avoid conflict, small enough to blend in, small enough not to be a burden. People may tell you to stop, to be confident, to stand your ground. But it is not that simple. It is not courage you lack. It is safety. It is protection. It is a mind trained to anticipate judgment. A mind that learned early that being visible could be painful or punished. Every apology you say is a story of survival, a story of caution, a story of care misdirected for too long. Sometimes you wonder why you feel guilty for everything, why it is hard to express anger, why saying no feels impossible, why even small mistakes weigh so heavily on your chest. It is because your mind has learned to stay ready, always alert, always apologizing, even when there is no danger. And slowly, sometimes, you learn. You start to speak without fear. You start to exist without guilt. You start to take up space, to allow yourself to be heard, to allow yourself to be seen. You do not stop caring. You do not stop being kind. You just stop apologizing for existing. Because you are allowed to exist. Because your voice matters. Because your presence is not a burden. Because the world can handle you just as you are. And when you finally realize this, when you let the habit fade, you notice something else. The world is not as threatening as you thought. People can handle your mistakes. They can handle your opinions. They can handle your laughter, your energy, your mistakes, your silence. And slowly, you stop saying sorry. Not because you stopped caring, not because you stopped being considerate, but because you finally understand. Your existence does not require permission. Your presence does not require approval. You are enough. Enough to speak. Enough to take up space. Enough to exist without apology.